Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are diving into the most important topic for every data analyst, the top or all Python libraries which you can use for plot the stunning graphs or stunning visualization. I'm going to discuss all libraries one by one, which are the popular, and these are the only like the most common libraries you are going to use during your visualization work. So stay with me till the end of the video. Keep patience and keep learning. So let's start. And before moving ahead, I would like to share one thing with all of you. In my previous video, I have already discussed which graph is best for what kind of the data set. Okay. So if you missed that video, you can find the link in the description box and you can watch that video. That video is also going to be very, very beneficial. Either you are a beginner or you are expert. It will help you to sharpen your skills because there I have discussed like what kind of graph you should draw for the if you want to show the relationship, if you want to show the trend over the time, if you want to show the graph for the categorical distribution and numerical and so on. Okay, you will get all the details in that video. So now let's start with today's topic. Okay, so let me share my screen. Here you go. The first library is over Matplotlib. Okay, so Matplotlib is the most or oldest library of the Python for data visualization. It is very, very good and it's like interactive as well. But the only thing within this is you need to be write a large piece of code. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you the pros and cons first, and then I will show you the graphs. Okay, as a beginner, like many students avoid to use this and they use it rare. Instead of this, they start using the Seaborn. Okay, I will explain the Seaborn as well, and you will see why the beginners love the Seaborn instead of Matplotlib. But if you want the full control over your graphs, then you should go with the Matplotlib. It gives you the opportunity to have a full control on your graph because you can customize it according to your requirement. It give you the full customization control as Seaborn does not give. Okay, so now let's start. Look at this. If you want to draw the graphs using Matplotlib, first you need to import the libraries. Import matplotlib.pyplot and as a plot. And here you have the user instance of the plot, and then pass the x and y value, then line style. So what is that? The data points you want to connect, then you want to use dash dash. Okay, and color marker. This is the circle one. Label line chart. This is the one. Okay. So then you need to say the plot dot legend. Legend will plot your this legend and then show. So this is the way how you can plot the graph, simple graph line chart in Matplotlib. Okay. So you have seen you need to mention many things inside it, right? But you have a control as well. You can make a changes in this. And if you want to add the more X label, Y label, you can add. Okay. I will show you how. The next graph is grouped bar chart. This is a very popular graph you are going to use. Let's say if you want to display the categories, different categories and their attributes on the graph. If you have a data set of I am considering the data set of penguins. I will give you the example of the marketing data set as well. In the marketing data set, you have a like the category one product belong to like a shampoo. Shampoo has a many brands, so it's a different attributes, right? Every shampoo has its own different attributes, and you want to show the which brand of the shampoo is has a more sales, or you want to show the which category of the shampoo brand is selling more. Like there are, if we talk about the L'Oreal brand, so they have the shampoo for hair fall, they have a shampoo for shining hair, they have a shampoo for dandruff, something something. So this is the attribute of your one brand, right? And if you want to show the attributes all like the data to the stakeholder, how would you show? Then this graph is going to be best for you. Here we are using the penguin species and their attributes like bill depth, bill length and flipper length. So it will look like this. So here this is a group chart. So this is a one species GAN2 and it is showing its three attributes. Orange belongs to bill length. This is a legend. And bill depth. This is blue. And flipper length. This is green. Okay. And here it is showing the total length of the each species. But look at the code. It's so big, right? So here you need to first you are declaring the library, we are creating the data set, but this code you need to do, this is because we are creating it, but here first you need to declare for the subplot, you need to declare the figure and axis. So you can draw this canvas and inside the graph will be drawn, and then you need to set a y label as I told you in the previous graph, right? So you can see there is a highly customizable, but it's a long piece of code. This is a disadvantage, one is advantage. I'm going to discuss only the topmost graph, okay? Then the next one is discrete distribution chart. This is also very popular graph you can use. This is helpful if you have a survey data set and you want to show the results to the stakeholder. Here you go. Look at this. Results, this is the question all results and this is the category name. Here we are setting the all, here x-axis set visible, your like what you want to set the limit for the your x-axis on frequency of the data, and we are setting the color combinations. Here we go. Now see. So here question one, red belongs to strongly disagree, light peach color or orange is showing disagree, and so on. So it's very easy to understand for the stakeholder as well, because you are showing how many responses get a positive responses 26. So this means for the question one, 26 people are strongly agreed. Okay, and only 10 people are strongly disagree. It's so easy to read. Okay, so that's why you can see you can set up or customize every color, every line piece of the code according to your requirement. So you have a full control on the Matplotlib. That's why this is also very popular library. Okay, this is good to for medium to large data sets. Okay, and but sometimes it gets slowed down for the large data sets when you are trying to fetch the data from millions billions record and you want to plot something. Okay, now we will move ahead with the over next library. You can read out this summary. Okay, I will share the notebook in the description box. If you want, you can have a look. And then now we will talk about the Seaborn. So Seaborn is very beautiful. It has a default themes and color palettes, which is not possible in Matplot. Okay, and require few line of code. As I told you, it's a if you are writing the 10 line of code in Matplot, in Seaborn you only need to write 4 or 5 or maybe only 3, and your graph is done. Okay, and sports a regression plot which is not supported in Matplot. KDE plot, this is a distribution plot, kernel distribution plot, distribution analysis. It accepts the pandas data frame directly into the graph. So you don't need to separate the x and y values like a Matplotlib. It will direct, if you only pass the data set whole data frame into the the Seaborn, it will automatically pick up the your feature. Okay, and then you have adjustable labels, legends, layouts automatically. This is great for exploratory data analysis. The only problem is this, you still need a Matplotlib. It is not interactive as Plotly. This is other library we are going to discuss. And then it sometimes can lag when handling millions of data points. It require a Matplot backend because Seaborn is a child of Matplot. Okay, sometimes it need a support, but it is very interactive. I will show you how. Look at this. You need to import Seaborn as SNS, then Matplot, then Seaborn. We are loading the data set of Penguin. And then you are saying instance of the your Seaborn pair plot. Look at this data frame. So you are directly passing the data set here. But in Matplotlib, you need to mention X and Y. Okay, so this is here you can add the hue. This is a very good effect, and palette. This is inbuilt color palettes in Seaborn. Very good. I'm using the cool worm, but you can use the other graph as well. Oh, sorry, color palette as well. Okay, and then plot dot show. Look at this graph. So this is showing the each like the feature given in the data set and doing the showing the relationship as well and showing the here distribution as well. Look at this feature, bill underscore depth So the light peach color is for your Ganto. So if your bill depth is increasing for the Ganto, the body mass is also increasing, right? So this is like increasing in the this direction, right? So they have the strongly like your correlation, okay? And if you look at the others one, it will also show you the correlation. So that's why pair plot is very popular, and this is the best graph for your like the data analysis, exploratory data analysis, okay? The next one is your here we are using the scatter plot. Here you will use when you want to compare the two variables relationship. Okay, so in Seaborn this is very easy. Okay, these kind of the graphs like a little bit hard in the Matplotlib, or some graphs are not possible in Matplotlib to draw. So we jump for the Seaborn and we draw it like this way. Only 3 line of code. Scan here we are passing the data directly. You can use the x and y because we are showing the relationship between two variables, sepal length and sepal width. So here is a Setosa, versicolor and virginica. This is species. Define the colors, and if the sepal length of specific, like let's say virginica, the sepal length for this is increasing, then its sepal width is also increasing, but up to 4, right? You can see it stopped here, or maybe hide behind the legend, but you can customize it. You can change the direction of the legend if you want. Okay, this is also very good graph, and we usually use this graph for the stakeholders. The graphs which I am showing you, these are the most popular graph, and you can draw it in your reports except for pair plot. This is sometimes hard for the stakeholder to understand. This is for your understanding if you want to check the correlation between the two variables. Okay. The next one is your SWAM plot. I love this graph, and you can also use it for the your stakeholder because you can see how beautiful and like interactive this graph is, right? Again, less piece of code, right? And in this, you can see here the species like the Adley, chinstrap, Ganto, right? But if the body mass of the Ganto here, male, female, it is showing the like doing the comparison between your two categories, male, female, right? The body mass comparison between male and female for all species. In Ganto, male has the highest body mass than the female, right? If we talk about the other species, Adley, you can see even the again Adley has a higher body mass than the female Adley, right? It can be horizontal, it can be vertical. It depends upon your choice how you want to show. Okay, by default it is going to be horizontal, but if you want to set it for the like vertical, I have shared the link of the Seaborn library website. You can click here and you will see all the other examples as well. Okay, and then this is the another graph, bar plot. This is also very popular graph. Here it is showing the mean value as well. This you can use if you want to show the frequency of each category. There are 3 different categories of the ticket book for the first class, second class, third class in the Titanic, and it is showing the fare. So it's very easy for the stakeholder to understand if they want to buy or they want to see, not buy, sorry. So if they want to see how many people have bought the first class ticket, then he can easily see, right? First class tickets are more sold than the second and third, right? And the second thing, it is also showing here, although we are showing the fare here, but if you want to show the frequency here, then it is easy to show. Now it is showing the fare, so it is telling us the fare of the first class is above 80, and for the second class between 20 to 40, and for the third class it is below 20. Previously, I have given the example of the frequency, which was not shown on the graph, but this is graph we have drawn for the fare. So if the stakeholder want to see from the data set, like what will be the fare of first, second, and third, he want to compare, then this is the best graph. Okay. This can be for the product as well. Okay. And now I will show you the most popular graph. I used it many times when I did the visualization for COVID. For the, we call it bubble graph as well. You can see here, big the bubble, big the size. So it is showing the horsepower, mileage per gallon, doing the comparison. The big size of the ball belong to this region, like USA. So it contains how many things it contains. Number one, from which country it belongs, first category. Number two, it is showing the weight as well. Bubble size will decide the higher value, lower value, and mid value. And it is also showing the relationship here, the horsepower and mileage per gallon. So this graph is going to be perfect for you if you want to show the plot miles per gallon against horsepower with other semantics. Other semantics means this origin. So it is solving your many purpose. Okay. Here, like if the bigger the size, more the horsepower, and it will show you corresponding to that mileage per gallon. In the COVID cases, I used to use this graph. How many cases in the COVID, right? Based on the different countries and like the total of the cases, right? Bigger is the ball means more cases in that specific, like the state or country or city. Okay. And the next one is your, here we are using the matplot and we are plotting this graph. This is called violin plot. This is good sometime for the stakeholder, but this is mostly working at the back end. Here it is showing you the like higher this, like the value, this one, this is outliers. Okay. When you see this is the wider part, this means good distribution. Maximum distribution of the data is here. So this is very popular to look at the distribution, outliers, mean value, and everything. So it is showing the network here and the frequency of this one. Okay. So load the, this is a brain network correlation. So we are pull out something of this one. We are computing the correlation matrix and then we are setting it up. Okay. Here is a summary of your Seaborn. It's very easy to use. Customization limited compared to Matplotlib, as I told you. Interactivity, static, use Plotly for interactive. This is not too interactive. This is less interactive. I'm not saying it is not interactive. It is, but less than Plotly. You will see now how beautiful the Plotly is. Best for quick and beautiful statistical plot. Okay. Now we will move ahead with the Bokeh. This is the very popular library. They have like the very interactive visualization. It creates a highly interactive plots including zoom, pan, hover, click feature. So you can zoom in, zoom out your graph on the sheet. How beautiful this is, right? But this is not possible in your Seaborn and Matplot. And this is web based. It also generates your HTML file and HTML code. You can embed that code anywhere where you want. I used it like you can embed the code, like if you are using Tableau, Power BI, you want to embed the Python language in that for the graphical representation, then you can embed that code. Okay. And this is customizable, offer a high level of customization. Okay. It's a real streaming if you want to build the KPIs or reports for the live data, right? Your API is fetching the data current continuously and throwing on the dashboard and showing the building the dashboard based on the real time. Okay. And then build for the large data sets. It is very good for that one. And flexible output format, it supports HTML, PNG, and SVG. So you can save your graph in any form. Now we will see. So here, this has some limitations as well. So it is a steep learning curve for beginners. It's a little bit tough. And performance issues sometimes because it contains some like the files, so which may sometimes is not compatible with your browser. So it may create the issues. So I have written the other issues as well. Okay. You can download my file and you can go through step by step. Okay. And here, how you use it from Bokeh, you need to import the package plotting figure show. Okay. And then IO import for output file. This is we import because if you want to download your like the graph, it will create the output file in the HTML format. And here you can mention you want PNG, SVG. I am downloading the like my HTML file. Then we are creating a new plot with title and axis. Here we are just simply setting the title, label for X and Y, and then we are just adding the data set, legend, and this, and then show the plot. Let me run it. So I have run it, but it is not showing anything because it creates the file here. Okay, look at this. So we will download this file. So this is the biggest advantage of this one. Okay, so you can draw this. You can see here. Look at this. So it has drawn this graph. I have drawn the very simple graph, but there are many interactive graph. It has a many feature. Look at this, right? If you want to like zoom in, zoom out, and then download, here you can download, refresh. This is for the help. It will take you here if you want to like learn about it, right? So this is a many good features it contains. This is a like a library of this one. Now I will come back. This is more interactive graph. So we will run this. I will show you the output here. So we will refresh. Here you go. We will download, and then here we look at this. So beautiful, right? So you can see if I'm hovering on this, it is showing me the dynamic title. Okay. So this is you can use for the live data as well. If you are fetching some information live time, then it will set up your tooltip like this, which is not possible in your Seaborn or Matplot. Even if you are trying to do it with the highly customization by embedding JavaScript or something, you can try, but it is very tough. But Bokeh is giving you this opportunity directly. Okay. Again, it contains the all feature, this one, you're writing, and more bigger, right? And you can like zoom in, zoom out like this, right? So it's so interactive. It's so good. Here you can see here, this is we are setting up the X and Y value sizes, and then we are setting the title for your figure like x-axis, y-axis, title of the graph, scatter plot, and then hover tool. So this is the inbuilt methods. Okay, but it's very tough in Seaborn and Matplot. I have used many graphs. It was very tough for me, okay, at that time. So I used JavaScript and other like the libraries like Plotly, okay, which helped me a lot. And then here is another graph. So here, if you don't want to download the file, then you can use this one, output underscore notebook, instead of using output file. Okay, then it will draw the graph on your file like this. Okay, code is same. I have just to show you the output like as a file or as output here. Okay, the next one is your Plotly. This is I have used many times. This is one of my favorite library. It is very interactive visualization, highly quality, wide variety, web-based customization. It also like the Dash. It is supported by Dash. This is the one name of the library. It's a performance issue with the large data set. It happens with the, I would say during visualization if you are dealing with the large data sets. I'm telling you this with my experience. You use any kind of graph, any library, there will be some issues because to handle the large data set is not an easy task. Okay, so you need to take care. You can make the graph, just to draw the small graph first, then try to understand, increase the value slowly, then see how it is reacting. Okay, but your Bokeh is a very good library. It can handle the large data set, but sometimes web browser compatibility issues are there, so you need to take care of that one. Okay, so this is limited. This is like a learning curve for advanced feature. It's a little bit hard to learn at a beginner level. Size of output files, limited built-in statistical features, and so on. Now look at this. You need to import plotly dot under graph objects as go. So this is you are importing the package, and then we are deciding the canvas size, X and Y value, and then titles and figure then show. So here you go. So this is your graph. This is simple, your basic line chart. Okay, here it is showing the x-axis, the values, how it is increasing on the frequency of the y-axis, how if this is increasing, how many like the values are based on this one. Okay, and then we are plotting here the next graph. This is animated line plot. I love it. I have drawn in my that many, like not only COVID, in other like the graphs as well. This animation charts. It looks very beautiful. You can set it as a automated as well. It will keep on running. You can make it auto replay. Okay, there is a one feature you can use it. I did not paste it here, but you can do that. But you can see how good it is, how interactive it is, right? And you have other features as well. You can download it as a PNG. Here is a zoom option. Okay, if you want to look for the specific thing, right? And then you have a box select option here if you want to look for specific box and just do the analysis during your work, right? It has a zoom in, zoom out. Okay, and this is auto scale. Okay, and reset the axis. Okay, so it is providing you a lot of options, right? And it is a good feature. It is not possible in your Matplotlib and Seaborn. If you want to show the graphs to the stakeholder, it is good feature for the stakeholder and the front end user, right? Some users want to see by looking at to make the graph bigger. At that time, this is very, very useful. Okay. And now we will move ahead with the next graph. This is a UR, we will run it. Here we are just drawing the histogram. This is going to be more interactive for you. This graph is very, very useful when you want to show clear vision. This is called stacked bar as well. Okay, so here I'm showing you the data points in two ways, data 1, data 2. If I click on this, it will be off, right? If I click on this, both are off. If you want to click on both, it will show both, right? So it's a very easy. We call it a toggleable bins. Okay, so this is the stacked bar. So it is showing the frequency of the data. You can see the hover tooltip as well, right? Which was not possible in the Matplot and other like the Seaborn library. You need to do a lot of work in that. Okay, and then if you want to do the comparison of two categories like upper and this one, here it is showing the frequency. So this means data 2, it can be any value. Let's say there is a one brand L'Oreal, the other brand is your, let's say, we can take any shampoo brand other, okay? It's not coming in my mind, the other brand. So we have a two brand 1, brand 2. And we want to show which product is sold many, like a sell more than other brand. So you can show here, this is the like belong to brand 1, brand 2. So brand 1 has the like a sale frequency up to this between 60 and 80, right? And the other one has a more sale than this one, right? So this is very popular graph as well. I have used many times, frankly speaking. I use this graph many times. Okay, when I wanted to show the like the COVID cases based on the like the specific regions and based on the hourly cases, minutes over the trend, then I use the line chart. This is useful for the different categories. Like if I have a 10 countries and 10 cities, provinces, then at that time we can use it. Okay. Now I will show you the next graph. This is also very good graph. We call it scatter plot, as I have shown you in the Seaborn as well, right? So look at this, how beautiful, right? So it is showing the continent data. So bigger the ball, bigger the size. And you look at the tooltip, right? And if you want to make it like, if you want to look at the data for only 1967, then you can play. And when it come here, you can stop. Okay, so this is the way how good this is. It is showing the GDP versus life expectancy. I have also, again I will say, I have used this graph. Okay, so this is a more interactive graph, and if someone is interested, it is showing here everything, year and so much other tools as well, beautiful legends, and this one. Okay, now I will show you the next graph. Look at this pie chart. This is animated. Again, it is like rotating like this. See? Okay, so these are good graphs. You can make it autoplay. It is not mandatory. You need to like play manually. There is a one option you can make it autoplay as well. Okay, pie chart is used when you want to show the percentage of the categories. Okay, I have used it rare, but you can use it according to your requirement. Okay, and then we have a other graph. This is a your matrix. Okay, this is something like your pair plot. Okay, so this is called scatter matrix. It is showing the sepal length, comparison between the petal length of three different species. This is Setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So colors belongs to this one, and you can see the hover on hover the tooltip as well. It is showing each and every detail. See how beautiful. Okay, you don't need to read the graph like this way. If you hover on that, it is showing you all values. So this is very, very popular graph when you want to look at the relationship between the two variables, and you can do it using Plotly. In Seaborn, it is working as a pair plot, right? But there was a like no tooltip. Here is a tooltip. You can also show it to the your stakeholder, right? And then the next one is your Plotnine. This is another most popular library. This we call it a grammar of graphics as well. It is inspired by the ggplot2, making it a intuitive for structured plotting. This is the R language lovers love this library because this is basically used for more statistical analysis. Okay, and this is a highly customizable, lightweight, and good for statistical graphics. The cons for this is slow for large dataset, less interactive, smaller community, steeper learning curve. Again, it's a little bit tough for the beginner, but you can do it. I know it. And then from Plotnine, import ggplot, geomplot, A's, and this. This is you need to import libraries, and then you can plot the graph like this. So this is a like ggplot empty cars. We are showing the weight. Here is the factor gear like a gear 3, 4, 5. Okay. Look at this weight. Okay, and then it is showing the mileage per gallon. The shadow is showing the distribution of the data, how part the distribution of the data, and this is showing the your line, trending line in between. We call it regression line as well. But you can see it created the three beautiful like your columns. You don't need to draw the different graphs. There is a no histogram, nothing. Beautifully it printed this one, right? So this is good for statistical analysis, as I told you. This is not for like we will say for the basically sometime you can use the graph, but this is for your statistical analysis at the back end when you are doing the exploration of the data analysis. Okay, and the next one is Altair. This is also very popular. Altair is a your declarative statistical visualization library. In this is based on Vega and Vega Lite. Okay, so it has a defined charts in structure and readable way. It has a already defined charts, interactive visualization, sports zooming, filtering tool to its Plotly and other Bokeh library was also supporting. So this is the same feature built on Vega Lite. Integrate well with the pandas. This is the biggest advantage of this one. Okay, so look at this. So you need to import Altair as a alt from Vega dataset import data, and then source we are downloading the dataset. Here we are setting column X and Y and the properties. Now look at the graph. This is your it plot the 2 years 1931 and 1932. Okay, because it contains the dataset of these 2 years, and here it is showing the sites, and you can see it is horizontally plotting the your which graph stack chart, right? And it is also going to show you the options. This one you can save it as svg png. You can also see the source. This is the source of the data, and if you want to see the view in the compiled, this is the one. Okay, because this is working based on the your GitHub schema. You only need to call it and plot it. Okay, and then you have the another graph, the this one cars mark point in code. Okay, it doesn't mean you cannot declare your data set. You can, but you only need to call this thing which is inbuilt, this one. Okay, you can pass here your data set, but this piece of code is already inbuilt. It will use its Vega or Vega Lite like the libraries. Okay, and then plot the graph. So this is also the very popular, like the your data visualization library, and you can use this as well. Okay, and now here you can do the zoom in, zoom out. The next one is Pandas, more popular, most popular. This is the one my favorite. So here it is a you can use it, is built in, easy, quick, and easy, seamless integration, minimal dependency. You don't need to install anything because you are going to do the data analysis using the Pandas, right? And then here you go. You only need to import Pandas with the Matplotlib, and then you can plot the graphs. Here you go. Okay. So this is again your sales and profit we are showing in the month of. This is the group chart, group bar graph. Here it is showing the profit and sales together. So this graph is best if you want to show the your sales and profit together to the stakeholder. He can easily understand how much the profit in January and sales. Okay. So these are the two graphs I have drawn. This is very simple. And then this is your line chart. You can draw the same graphs using line chart showing the profit and sales by doing the comparison over the time. Okay, so this was all about overtop Python or all Python libraries which you can use for your stunning data visualizations. Okay, so I have showed you the most common graphs, but you can try the other graphs by looking at their websites, okay, examples, and just comment in the comment box which library you are already using and which you are going to use. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to ask me, and I will share this notebook link in the description box if you want to download, and then you can make a copy of this notebook, and you can customize it according to your requirement. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and see you in the next video. Thanks for your patience. Keep learning. Happy AI coding.